Well, what about these other views? The church has to be large enough to hold all these. Let's just call them the four views you talked about, right? Do you think? I mean, how do we as Christians deal with so many different theories of interpretation and with tolerance and care within the church? Because this is a big issue that has a lot of potential for disunity within the church. Do you
It
agree?
really, really does. And so I think here we need to have charity in doctrines that are not essential to the Christian faith. We're not talking here about the incarnation or the Trinity or the vicarious atonement of Christ or the resurrection. We're talking about, when did Adam and Eve live? And I think that the church is big enough and broad-minded enough to embrace a big tent, or to be a big tent and embrace a diversity of views. And I have to say honestly, Matthew, that I have been shocked at how open Christian lay people are to the position that I've just laid out briefly here. I thought I would get all kinds of hate mail and hostility and resistance, but I find Christian laymen are pretty open-minded about this.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think churches as a whole are looking for ways to make sense of hold scripture high and make sense of discoveries that we're having in archaeology and in science and in other disciplines. Well,
Absolutely. For the sake of our young people, for our high schoolers, middle schoolers, we have got to be able to address this issue in a credible way,
yeah,
or
and
they're
I
going to walk away from their faith.
totally agree. And we have to be open and honest and follow truth. And I'm always telling, I taught classical school for years, and I'd always tell my seniors, one senior class specifically, I said, I want you to be curious. I want you to go out and understand that God's world is big enough, and just go, not just test it, but I just think it's the only worldview that we have going on. It is the only truth. And people like you and the resources that
Yeah.
you have at Reasonable Faith, it's just, for me, is vital for pastors and churches today.
Could I just underline what you
Sure.
just said, Matthew? It's so important that your viewers understand that there are good reasons to think that the Christian faith is true. There are good arguments for the existence of God and powerful evidence for the person of Jesus. So we're not asking you to make a sacrifice of your intellect or a leap of faith in the dark. There are good reasons, convincing reasons for being a Christian.